If you've ever wanted the opportunity to sit next to or near a heathen while in a house of God, then I hope you have $100,000 to spare because you now have that opportunity. Donald Trump, the president-elect, has of course never passed up an opportunity to fleece his supporters, and he is now offering the opportunity to pray alongside him and his wife Melania in a church somewhere in DC. We're not sure of the church yet, but you give $100,000 to his inaugural committee and you get the chance to go pray with Trump. It is a pay-to-pray scheme, I guess. And yes, for the record, it is perfectly legal. He's allowed to do that. So if you want to pay to pray, it's only going to cost you $100,000, which may be worth it to see if Donald Trump immediately bursts into flames while walking into a church. But $100,000 to sit in a church with Donald Trump, that is what American Christianity has become. Like, this is the evangelical religious right that Donald Trump is pandering to, because this is what they are. Jesus chased the money changers from the temple. Donald Trump is putting the money changers in charge of the temple, including himself. $100,000 to walk into church with a man who doesn't go to church, which, by the way, is totally fine. However, these evangelical idiots think that Donald Trump is some religious man, some man of great moral character. And again, it wouldn't surprise me if he immediately burst into flames walking into a church. But this is what we have become. We have put a con man, a carnival barker, who knows he's selling hoaxes, knows he's selling snake oil. Nevertheless, his supporters line up time after time to buy the snake oil, to put more money in his already over-bloated pockets. And he's just dropped all pretense at this point, right? This isn't just, hey, give $100,000, you can come to a nice dinner. This is give me $100,000 and watch me pretend to pray in a church I've never been to. Maybe you evangelicals ought to start asking questions like, hey, Donald, what church do you go to every Sunday? Do you go to Wednesday evening services? Do you go to Saturday evening services? I mean, where'd you go to church on Christmas? Did you do the midnight mass? Did you do the Christmas Eve candlelight vigil, or were you there Christmas morning? Why don't you guys ever stop to think and ask these questions? Because you know what the question is. Donald Trump doesn't go to church. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. I don't. But he's using that fake faith, right? Something the Bible does specifically warn us about, to dupe these people. And they buy into it every time. So, you know what? I hope Donald Trump makes a lot of money off this. I hope a lot of idiots lose a lot of money off this, because that is exactly what they deserve at this point.